We're live. It's kind of dark in here right now.
Yeah, big screen in the back.
Heck. Welcome to the pregame show at Fish Talk Live. Got Captain Mario Costello and myself hosting the show because Billy just keeps taking all these days off. What the hell's going on?
Second shift, I guess.
I tell you, he's down in the Keys, drinking Bud Lights.
Man,
hanging out.
What a life, what a life.
Must be nice to be Billy.
Yeah.
But that's all right. You got these two beautiful faces right here. So this is just the pregame show. This is where we welcome everybody on. We've got some big guests tonight, man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pumped for tonight. I'm pumped for every Tuesday, but especially for tonight.
Yeah,
so
it's going to be good.
It's going to be a good one. But let us know if you're out there. Say hi, hello. Let us know how your week. Jeff Page.
Oh, the man.
The man. What's his shirt say? Got Page?
Yeah, I think so.
That's awesome.
I like it.
God, I think I've learned more from Jeff Page on one day of fishing than I have with anyone.
Oh, yeah. He's said a couple of things in some of his seminars that's really stuck into my head, and it's helped me. It's helped me quite a bit.
Good deal. Scott Parrish, just got the chance to hang out with Scott up in Crawfordville or Panacea, all the different names they have up there. Cool people. Dale, howdy. Who else we got out there? Chuck, goody. Loretta.
Quite a few.
Yeah, Loretta, good evening to you.
Yep. You're going to have to read them all because I forgot my glasses today. So.
Mary, good evening to you. Who else? Again, this is just the pregame show with Fish Talk Live. We'll be getting started with the show here soon. Let us know if you're logged on. Say hi, hello. Let us know how the fishing's been. If you went out this week, let us know. We're going to be doing the Extreme Decalz Catch of the Week here in a few minutes anyway.
We've had some good weather.
Kenneth. Yeah, we've had some great.
Yeah, some great weather.
Ken Claimer, I think he's been out like twice this week.
I think I saw him out there.
Really?
I think I did. In one of his little secret honey holes.
He's starting to span out, though, I'll tell you.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Starting to get comfortable with the waterways, as he should. They keep fishes out here more than I do. All right, who else is out there? Again, this is just the pregame show. We're getting started here shortly.
Look at Dale coming through.
Dale, see?
Mm-hmm.
Dale, that's why you're the VIP. Guys, do us a favor. We're on here every Tuesday sharing our knowledge, sharing some great guests and what they have to say. Just do us a big favor and share this live feed. Help us get the Fish Talk Live name out there. Dale, appreciate the reminder.
Yeah, we're going to have to put him on payroll.
Yeah, I tell you. I think we just make it a known thing. In order to win one of the awesome prizes we give away each week, you've got to share this live feed.
You should. You should anyways.
Yeah, you should. Tyler, my man. Film Krista River.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a celebrity.
All right, let's see. Sean said we've got, boom, Ken Berger. Boom.
Hmm.
Dude, my man. Love that guy. He posted a video of catching this huge redfish not too long ago, and the excitement in his voice, like, we can't put it on Catch of the Week because there was a lot of foul language, but he was so excited.
We can always put music to it. How's that?
Matt, what's going on, man? All right. Appreciate the share,
thank
Kevin.
You. Yeah,
thank you very much again, guys. Don't forget to share. But let's go ahead and get started with the Extreme Decalz Catch of the Week.
Let's go into it.
And see what is happening. There we go. That's Mr. Ayinde Matthews from State Farm. He took his cousin out. What's Jadon, right? Jadon?
Yeah.
Beautiful redfish.
He does fish.
He does fish.
I'll be darned.
Look at that stud. Looks like
There's a nice one.
Looks like a Panacea redfish.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, those things were bright.
Oh, I bet.
Bright orange. Every single one. Carlos with a grouper from today, I think.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be darned. Didn't he, him and Teddy, I believe, went out and beat up some fish today, just for fun.
Sure, they beat up more than
Holy
that.
smokes, look at that.
Chris Dunning.
Yep. He'll be going out with me here pretty soon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He won a trip at the Weeby Tailin, was it the Spring Fling, I believe it was called.
Oh, good deal.
Yeah.
Him and his brother, man, they're world-class people. The whole family.
That's him.
Nice
That's
with Carlos.
Carlos again.
There's that famous selfie pose there, Carlos and Teddy. Can't believe Teddy doesn't have a rod in his mouth. So one thing I can say with our captains, no one's ever posted a picture with a rod in their mouth.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Look at that doormat.
Yep.
Mike Dunning.
Good Lord, look at that thing.
Wow.
That looks like one we got today.
Stud red. Yeah, how'd you guys do today?
Yeah, we did really good, actually. We did very good. I want to say we caught 11 or 12 redfish. And that's all we caught was redfish, and nothing was small today. Everything was big, so
Well,
had some fun.
I think we're going to do one of those famous Mario local fishing reports in a little bit. Too,
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
So that's Ed's first cobia, and he said he's hoping it's not his last, and I've got a gut feeling it's definitely not going to be your last, Ed.
That's a nice one.
There's Jessica with another stud red.
She's always fishing.
Let me get my shoulders out of the way so you can see those redfish shoulders. Golly. Yep. Dude, love that guy.
Good Lord.
Matt with Salt Strong, killing it up in Panacea.
That's a big one.
Pretty sure he got first place with Big Red. He won his division. There's Jadon again. Nice trout, nice red. Captain Ayinde.
Ricky.
There's Rick. He's doing that famous Lucas pose there.
Yeah.
Scott, nice redfish.
Is that Scott Parrish? Yeah, that was, yeah. Yep.
With that one of those OG Ozello Keys Marina hats. We need to get some more of those in.
Mm-hmm. I might even wear one.
Nice fish. That was Scott Pritchard's. Yeah. He ended up getting 5th, I believe. 5th or 6th.
I didn't look at the standings.
No, Scott Parrish got 6th. Nice trout.
There's some good fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ricky got himself a nice snook.
The soap fish.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that was the Extreme Decalz Catch of the Week, guys. This is the end of the pregame show, but we're going to get started with the actual show, so stay tuned.
Beyond the woods, down the twists and the turns, through the marsh, lies the knowledge needed to fish the nature coast.
This is Fish Talk Live.
Welcome to
Fish Talk Live.
Presented by Phillips Auto
Phillips
Group.
Auto Group. Yeah,
one
I'm
and
looking
only.
right at it.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of Fish Talk Live. We've got, like we were saying in the pregame show, we've got some awesome guests in the studio. And actually, these guests are, some of the reasons why we're able to do this. They are sponsors of our show. Hey, Sean, that's not Billy.
No, not today. Yeah. You got to turn it upside down. It's closer to Mario. There it is.
There it is.
Hey.
Welcome back to the show, guys. Like I was saying, we've got, 2 of the many reasons why we are able to do this show. They are sponsors of our show. So we've got Brian from Extreme Decalz, and we've got Larry from Extreme Decalz here that's going to be doing a whole segment on his own. He just doesn't know it yet. Then we got Ayinde Matthews from Ayinde Matthews State Farm that's going to be on the casting couch with you tonight, talking about some really important stuff that a lot of us boaters don't really think about until we need to think about it.
Boat insurance.
But I'm excited for both segments. Really excited to show off and have Brian show off what's new over there in their studio. And if you guys haven't had a chance to go check out Brian's shop, it's badass.
Definitely. I'm going to get my boat wrapped here probably before the end of the year, and I'll have to talk to him about a design. Yeah.
Perfect. But before we get into that stuff, we're also going to be talking about a local fishing report with the one and only, the legend, of the southeast of the U.S. Captain Mario himself. But we're going to do that on the casting couch. So Mario, we're not going to be doing Billy's airboat report tonight because he's not here.
Right.
But I've been on the airboat myself quite a bit this week. Man, it seems like it's a big change from last week to this week as far as the fishery.
Right.
Do you think a lot of that had to do with that random cool front, or are we actually transitioning into summer finally?
No, I think it had a lot to do with the cold front. When those fronts come through, everything changes. The water temperature drops down. I mean, we had almost a 10-degree drop in water temperature in just a day or two, a day and a half. And that's going to put the fish on the move for sure. It moves them around quite a bit.
Because what day was it? It was Memorial Day, Friday or Saturday maybe.
I think so.
Where a bunch of us went out there and we're leaving the docks and we're just like, what the heck's going on?
Yeah, it was. I'm almost positive it was Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you went out there. You ended up telling your guys, come back tomorrow. I've got my people ahead on Saturday, coming back on Friday.
Right.
Just because, I mean, it felt like wintertime.
It was pretty bad. Yeah, we that water temperature dropped down to, I want to say it was in the mid to high 70s, and the prior day it was in the mid 80s, and it just it shut the bite down. They gave them lockjaw really bad, and unfortunately I've been guiding for 12, 13 years now. That was my 4th ever zero. And it always comes on a day where you have the cold front, the bad northeast winds. And so we just decided to close it early, come back again the next day, and the next day we did much better.
Good deal. Now, being on the airboat today, one thing that I noticed that I haven't really noticed prior to prior to May, there was more snook in the reef and fish creek everywhere. There was way more snook than I saw redfish.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, those snook, I don't know if last year, it seems like they were everywhere. This snook season was hit and miss. It wasn't the best, but all of a sudden they're everywhere.
Yeah.
That was one thing I noticed today, and a lot of spots that you and I have been chasing redfish in. It seems like they're overran with snook. So do you think snook actually push redfish out? I know we see them mixed together, but when we get an abundance of snook like I'm talking about, I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
Sometimes they do. I definitely see that now the snook are more concentrated, maybe. I think that's a better word for it. I don't know if there's more of them, but they're bundled in larger numbers in certain areas. Yeah, there may be the same number of snook that we had last year, but I think they're in larger groups now.
Okay. And what's let's just go ahead and dive into your report.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we can save the casting couch for Ayinde.
Okay.
So what's your go-to baits right now? What's your go-to tides? We had huge tides this afternoon. I mean, flood tides. It's still coming up. I can see down the dock.
Well, I can tell you today, the tides today, it didn't matter what the tide was as long as it was moving. We were catching fish in every location that we went today. It was one of the better days that I've had in a few weeks, actually. Our go-to baits have been shrimp. The biggest shrimp you can get, put it on either an 1/8-ounce jig head if the tide's moving fast. If it's moving a little bit slower, you can freeline them. I like freelining shrimps better just because the presentation, it's a lighter presentation. It doesn't make noise when you throw it in the water. It doesn't make that big kerplop. It's a little bit more difficult to cast, but for what I'm trying to do, freelining does work better. We did have a very strong current this afternoon. I had to go up to the 1/8-ounce jig heads, which isn't a big deal, but we've been running extremely light leaders, 12 and 15-pound leaders.
Wow. These
guys are still leader shy, and I think that's going to continue on probably for the rest of the year. They're very leader shy in the clean water. We've been seeing small schools, not the big giant 50, 60, 70 fish schools. We've been seeing schools of between 5, sometimes 10, maybe a dozen, 15 fish in the school. So we've just been targeting the smaller schools. It's been working really good. And like I said, this morning the falling tide actually worked better for us because there was no traffic. There was nobody out there. And now I have a boat that's capable of running the very, very shallow water. And I can get to these islands, I can get to the troughs, and whether they're 2.5, 3 foot deep, and this morning they were 7 inches deep, and we were fishing the troughs away from the islands.
Okay.
I had no problem getting them.
Good deal. Going back to the leader, there was a leader that you just turned me on to recently, and I got to use it when we were up in Panacea. It's that Seagar.
Inshore, yeah, the Inshore Seagar. Yeah, it's a good leader. It comes in 100-yard spool instead. Most leaders are coming in 25 and 30-yard spools. This one comes in a 100-yard spool. It's extremely clear
and extremely affordable.
Oh yeah. It's for the price of your standard 25-yard spool. It's the same price basically. So you're paying $15, $16 for 100 yards a leader, and it's great. It's a great product. We've been using it for, since it came out, about 2 years, and I just find that it works better. It's got almost the same refractive index as water, so it disappears when it hits the water. So.
Yeah, no, I was super impressed. I was impressed enough where we had just gotten the 15-pound, and when our tackle supplier came in today to do an order for Thursday, I was like, I want all the different pound tests of them.
Right, everything.
Huge fan of them.
And I'm pretty sure they make it all the way up to 80. I think they make it all the way up to 80.
So we'll have those in Thursday. Right now we just have 15 in stock, but we'll have all of them in stock here pretty soon. When you're using free-line shrimp, and I know this really has to do with your client or preference, style fishing, but circle hook or J hook?
I'm using a J hook.
J hook.
I'm using a specific type of J hook. It's made for bass fishing. It's a 3/0 grip pin hook. It has a very small plastic. It looks almost like a bait keeper, but it's made out of plastic. It's made to hold soft plastic like worms together when you're Texas rigging, and it's just made to keep the worm from sliding down the hook. And it works good for the shrimp because I thread the shrimp on there and stick it on there almost like the keeper on a jig head.
Good deal. All right.
That way I can throw it further. I can throw it harder.
Yeah, so. I like that a lot. All right, good deal. And are you using, anything besides shrimp? I mean, are you going out using pinfish, or has everything just been strictly?
It's been mostly shrimp, but I'll also use cut mullet. I like using the cut bait at higher water because what you can do is you throw it as close as you can to the trees, and the pinfish start pecking away at the cut bait. And it puts that smell out there, so it'll pull them out from under the trees.
Causes commotion around it.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah, because if you think about it, one shrimp in a heavy flow of water. I mean, I don't know how good a fish's sight is, but I know their sense is a lot better. So that makes a lot of sense.
And a shrimp doesn't last very long. Yeah, it has sense. But a shrimp doesn't last very long with the pinfish out there. You're going to get at the very most 30 seconds with a decent sized shrimp. And that cut bait, the cut mullet and the cut ladyfish, mullet working better than ladyfish, but any kind of cut bait, it's going to last 2.5, 3 minutes. It'll give that redfish time to actually find it.
Gotcha.
So.
What about trout? Are they still here? What's going on?
They're here. They're here and there. I don't target trout this time of year. A lot of times you have to make these long drifts. It's boring for me. So I try not to target trout this time of year. I have clients that come with me once a month they want to do that. So I'll trout fish once or twice a month here. But for the most part, I'm not even looking for trout.
Now this next thing I'm about to talk about doesn't really have much to do with fishing here. We really don't typically use this type of artificial bait except in the wintertime and the gold spoon. So when Jacob and I were up in Panacea, it was just the ideal water. It was a real tannicky color water. It was ideal for a spoon. It's what you want when you're fishing a spoon.
Right.
And it was dark water. You couldn't really see the redfish, but it was an area that we were real confident, that there were redfish. We're throwing this half-ounce gold spoon out, and we're reeling it in, and we start slowing our retrieve after a few drifts. Didn't really catch much. Start really slowing it down because we could feel a hit every now and then. And Jacob just kind of let the spoon just start falling. Boom. He told me that. I cast it out there, reeled it fast,
And
slow
let
it
it
down,
free fall.
and then just let it free fall. Boom. And that happened with Billy and I one time in Steenahatchee, but they were actually picking up off the bottom.
Right.
So, I mean, do you think that could be a reason why a lot of people don't use spoons here, is we're not working them right? Or is it just because we have crystal clear waters?
Well, it's a little bit of both, but yeah, a lot of times when I see people working spoons, they are working them too fast. Spoon's not made to be worked fast. It's not made to spin. It's made to rock back and forth. And what you were saying, when you're throwing it out there, reeling it in and letting it fall, what that's imitating is a crab that's running, sees a predator, he's going to go straight down to the bottom. And what that does is it looks like a crab swimming back down to the bottom. And that's probably why it's working, because they're feeding on crabs.
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense, because we ran out of the gold spoons. Not going to say the reason why. But we did run out of them, and I had that blue crab spoon the Aqua Dream makes. And we caught more on that than anything else.
Yep.
So that makes a lot of sense. And it was really cool, because Jacob, going into that and the day of scouting, he said, I've never caught a fish on a spoon. I said, well, let's just try it. And we caught some nice ones pre-fishing.
Good.
And, he caught 15 or so the next day, and all on spoon. And so he was ecstatic. So.
Good deal.
But, I'm going to start throwing a spoon more here.
And see how it works.
Switching it up a little bit. So. Yeah. But, Cobia, They've kind of pushed on. They're here.
Yeah, they're here and there. I don't really. The weather hasn't been great enough for me to run cobia, but I tried it that one time, and we literally fished for them for 10 minutes and said, nope, it's too rough. We got to do something else.
Gotcha. And speaking of the Florida Redfish Series as well, so congratulations to the winners of the Panacea tournament. Excuse me. We'll be having them on the show the second to last Tuesday of this month, the winners, so be sure to check that out.
Good deal.
The championship round comes up in September. We've got a little bit of a break, but the Florida Redfish Series they do have a summertime series, a Go Live series. We've got a kayak series, so make sure to check them out, FloridaRedfishSeries.com. And the awesome report. I really like that mullet thing. On the incoming tides, working along the mangroves, that makes so much sense. When you really start digging into the science, and if Jeff Page is still watching, I'm sure he's sitting there, the boys are on it. That's it. Those boys are on it.
I've learned a lot from Jeff. So.
All right, well, let's go to intro, then when we come back, hop over to the casting couch, you think?
Sure.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
We'll be right back.
Getting out on the water has never been easier. At Phillips Buick GMC, our lineup of trucks and SUVs are here to toe the line. From the Sierra's powerful V8 engine and multi-pro tailgate to the most desirable SUVs on the market, they're well equipped to get your toys safely to your destination. At Phillips Buick GMC, we have the area's best selection of the right cars at the right price, right on the money.
Gotcha.
Hello, welcome to the Ayinde Matthews casting couch. Ayinde Matthews State Farm casting couch. And guess who we have? Ayinde Matthews.
Oh, man.
The man himself. This is the reason that we have this casting couch segment here. For one, we all want to thank you for sponsoring our casting couch and for helping out OKM and Fish Talk Live.
I'm honored, man. I feel like I'm just doing my part.
Yeah, man, it's awesome that you're here, and we thank you for everything that you're doing for us.
Absolutely.
All right, good.
So now, as I'm like super duper nervous, and I left my script that I had planned out.
Man.
Now I just got to kind of ad lib it. I got a couple things, but what you got for me, Mario? Captain Mario.
Just to.
By the way, I want to tell you, I'm honored that you are the sponsor of my section.
They wanted me to do this, so guess what? You're sitting here talking to me.
All right.
But we're going to be talking about insurance since that's what you do. A lot of people don't really know everything about boat insurance. We're going to try to go over as much as we can tonight to try to help our viewers know a little bit more about boat insurance. So what we want to start with is just say we have a person that just gets a boat. All right, a lot of people know that when you're financing a boat, you have to have coverage on your boat for
Right.
for the bank or whatnot. Can you go through a little bit about what that coverage entails? I mean, from start to finish, what they need and just how their policy would work.
Well, I want to start off by saying, when we get boats, we all got these things that we envision we need, from fire extinguishers to, on them to GPSs and power poles. Like, oh man, you can't have a boat without a power pole.
Yeah.
You can't have a boat without GPS. You got to know where to go. But to me, and just being in the industry that I'm in, I feel the most quintessential thing that you have to have, or is imperative to have, is insurance, right? It gives you the peace of mind of knowing that, hey, listen, if I mess up, it's covered.
Exactly.
Now, unfortunately, sometimes, we fall short and we forget about it. But I mean, again, it is for most boaters, and especially experienced boaters, they know that boat don't leave the dock until I got insurance,
Right.
and/or, I mean, you hear it all the time, CTO too. So
Right, exactly.
it's just parts of being a responsible boat owner, and then not only just to cover your own asset, but then just think about what else could happen out there from a medical standpoint. The person get hurt on the boat, or even worst case, you hit another boat or something.
Right. Yeah.
So-
it could end up really, really bad. Yeah.
Absolutely. So like from a standpoint of insurance and having a boat, it's pretty simple. Things we look at are, what type of boat, from the aspect of how long is it, what type of hull is it, whether it's a flat bottom boat or a V hull. Is it a jet ski, so a personal watercraft? We also look at, what is the makeup of the material, whether it's an aluminum or fiberglass boat. We look at things like what size motor do you carry on the boat, or do you have on the boat,
Right.
opposed to what is it rated for? I mean, how many of these boats we see nowadays where, I mean, you can slap a 450 on it if you want, but that's that wasn't
Right.
the original
If it's
intention
not
of the
rated,
boat.
if it's not rated for it, you can't insure a boat if if you have a 17-foot boat and you got a 400 horsepower.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you better call somebody else.
exactly. I'm not gonna say their name, but definitely call somebody else. But so that's what we look at when it comes to insuring the boats. We look at things like the makeup of the boat, from the hull. We look at the year, and then most importantly, I think we take into consideration the value of the boat.
Right.
You're driving around a $100,000 boat, and $100,000 worth of coverage on a boat is going to be more than $10,000 worth of coverage on a
Right.
boat. And then again, you have all the other little additives like your liability, something that you may cause or you may be at fault for, and then also your medical coverage too.
Okay. Yeah. But all the equipment that you have on the boat, it gets covered under your insurance.
Yes.
You let them. They let you
Absolutely.
know what you have. Just like you were saying, you have the power poles, you have
Your trolling motor,
GPSs, all your fishing
GPS,
equipment,
yep.
different things like that.
So fortunately for State Farm clients, you're able to really kind of tailor your policy to your need. When I say tailor to your need, I mean tailoring it right on down to the actual cost or value of the boat that you want to insure for. We do what we call a stated value policy. So we allow you to say, hey, I want to insure this boat for $50,000. You
Right.
can do so. And then also we can go in there and tailor it where we put in additional personal property coverage, things that people don't think of right off the bat, but things, these GPSs nowadays, what a Simrat cost you $3,600.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And-
They're very expensive. Yeah.
All right, and a lot of us still top mount them. We don't flush mount them. So imagine going and doing a red fishing series like Gary, kind of getting out there and having your boat set up and someone steal your GPS off your
Gosh,
boat. So
yeah.
it's something that you got to think about. And like I said before, I think it's probably one of the most important parts of being a responsible boat owner.
And I got two things real quick. For me to have insurance, and this is the most important reason why that I run charter insurance, is I'm comfortable with my driving. I'm comfortable with how I handle a boat. I'm comfortable with my equipment, my Yamaha. I know it's going to get me from point A to point B. Real confident in that. But what I'm not confident in is other boaters. So on a road, you've got uninsured insurance. Is that also a thing for boats? Because let's be honest. I would have to say the ratio of boats out in the water, because they don't have to legally have insurance, is a lot smaller than people think. So, if Larry was riding around and then Brianna came cruising by and Larry's got insurance, State Farm insurance, but Brianna doesn't, and she smashes Larry.
Man, I like how you threw Brianna in there. You just threw her under the bus like all of a sudden. Remember, you got to go home to her tonight, so you be careful.
Yeah, but Ayinde, you do our car insurance as well, so you know her record, all right? So what happens in that situation? Is there such thing as an uninsured boater insurance?
Yeah, absolutely. So you have uninsured boaters medical coverage, but so long as you carry what we call physical damage on your boat, which our policies carry, and that's one of the most important parts, then it doesn't matter whether you're at fault in the incident or not, we're going to cover it. That's the beauty of us having what we call a stated value policy. So whatever your boat's insured for, doesn't matter if you're at fault or someone else is at fault, your policy is going to cover it. And you're absolutely right. You said it. It's not a requirement. It's not like, when you go and register these things these days, the DMV is saying, hey, where's your boat insurance, right? So just being responsible, I think you're only doing yourself your due diligence if, you don't leave the dock without that policy.
So before I get into my second thing, Brandon Serber's got a question or a statement. Explain about standard car insurance not covering towing your boat. So I think a lot of us have ran into that before. Is that what is that a normal thing, or is there a different policy you can cover for that?
So I guess it's a little bit of a loaded question because and when I say that, if you're towing your boat, the boat policy, your automobile policy itself is an extension of the boat, so the liability would extend over. So I'm gonna give you an example, and I'm gonna knock on wood here as I say it. Let's say you're driving down the road, you're towing your boat, and you were to make a turn. Brianna was to make a turn, not Gary. Brianna was to make a turn too short, and you pull in front of someone, and your boat hits that car. Well, the liability from your car, because your boat didn't do that without the car pulling it,
right.
The liability from your car would indeed cover the damages to the person that Brianna hit. Now, where it wouldn't cover is it's not going to cover your boat or the damages to your boat. So like I said, I think that's a little bit of a loaded question, and I love it when my clients call in for those types of questions because I can clear them up really quick and easy for them. So again, to answer your question, the liability from your automobile policy would extend over if the boat were to hit someone, but the damage, and when I say damage, meaning the physical damage to your boat, would not be covered unless you have a boat policy.
Okay, but if you have a separate boat policy, and this is why it's even more important, then it's protected under that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. From here, gosh, and I don't want to lie, you guys, I'm super duper nervous. I'm not used to being on the big screen.
Yeah.
Man. And so I literally forgot what I planned on saying. So I was on the way here. I literally called up a client I was just dealing with. I'm gonna see if we can get him on the line real quick. Sean. Hey, that number I gave you, can you get them on the line? What better way to really give the viewers what they want or what they want to hear than to just go raw and uncut and live? Like I told you guys before, I lost my script. So here's a client that I recently dealt with a boat claim, and it really kind of shows us how State Farm takes care of their clients. So, hey,
Sounds like Billy
Greg,
on the phone.
I got you on the phone? Hey, what's I hear little ones on the background. Hey,
You guys
dude,
caught me off guard.
I did, dude. Hey, I want to let you know. So I was not joking. You are on Tuesday Fish Talk Live. And so you may or may not be being recorded right now.
Oh, I may or may not be.
You are.
You are being recorded.
And you're on live too. So.
You are live, like you said. But hey, I really appreciate you taking my call.
Kids screaming in the background and everything.
I hear the kids in the background. Hey, that picture too. Let me see if I can get over Sean. But hey, Greg, real quick, I just want to kind of like explain to the viewers. You had an incident here recently, if you don't mind me sharing with everybody, where. I got a phone call. We're just gonna say that, and you.
Yes, you did.
You basically, let me just leave it to you. What happened?
Well, the boat was tied up in the dock. Obviously, I've been boating for 20 plus years. Obviously, keeping my boat the same place And yeah.
Hey,
well,
so I hate to cut you off there, but you just mentioned something, and I feel I need to cut you off because I hear this all the time. People say, I've been boating for 25 plus years, but again, you could be boating for 2 years, 20 years, 200 years, and all it takes is one. None of us are perfect. So this is coming from, I want the viewers to know, an experienced boater. I would almost say you've been boating for 20 plus years, but you've probably been fishing and been out in the water a lot more than that. But so 20 plus years of experience, and this is what happened. So continue on. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's been, I've docked at that place for almost my entire life. And I get a phone call from my stepdad saying, hey, you need to go check on the boat and look good. And I got that photo right there. So, I took off work, ran up there, and I'm like, yeah, that's not good. And one of my first phone calls was obviously to you, Ayinde. So.
Hey, listen, Shane, this is my time. This is my shameless plug moment. Like a good neighbor, Ayinde was there. Literally, I got the call.
Yep. So you claim, but do what you need to do to get the boat, up and salvage it the best you can. So that's what I did. I got talked to you, filed the claim, got the lift guys out there. They lifted it, pumped it out, and got it floating back on the trailer. And the next day I had my mechanic out there.
So let me mention something. I think this is an important part of the process to kind of tell people from an agency standpoint or an insurance standpoint, and because the viewers, you guys don't get to see it from the other side of the spectrum. What he just explained, or what he said, is I basically said, hey, so sorry this happened to you. Biggest thing that you need to know is you have coverage for this. What I need you to do is just mitigate the risk. So no different in a house fire, what we ask our clients is do your best to stop or prevent whatever's happening from happening. So when he got to the scene and he saw the boat was underwater, we just wanted him, hey, so long as everyone's safe, nothing happened, try to get the boat from sinking if at all possible. No different if your house is on fire. Right. Don't just stand there and just let it burn.
Try to put it out. Yeah.
Call the cops.
Fire, and I wish I do.
That's it. Put it out. But no, so, try to mitigate the risk best you can. And I think you did a phenomenal job. The next call I got, it was you had it out of the water. You weren't too happy, but continue on. So you mitigate the risk. You got it from up underwater, and then you call the mechanic. So continue on, sir.
Yeah, so I got the mechanic came out the next day, went through the boat, got a detailed estimate of what it would cost to fix, got started to get the motors going, change the oil and all that stuff to salvage it the best he could. Mm-hmm. Once I filed the claim, the adjuster reached out to me probably within 24 to 48 hours. And said, hey, get your mechanic to send us the estimate. Upload these files to the app. I used the app, which was excellent. So I uploaded what they asked me to, had my mechanic submit the files, and I was reached out to within 24 to 48 hours of everything being. And it was pretty process as far as I was concerned.
Okay. Good deal.
So
that's pretty quick, actually. That's very fast.
Yeah. One thing I want to point out on that he said, State Farm, our claim is being the best insurance company there is. I mean, we've been around since 1922. We are
1922.
1922.
Wow,
100 years. Only insurance company that's been out over 100 years. Our claim to fame, we are the #1 auto insurance carrier across the United States. We are the #1 homeowners insurance carrier across the United States. We've held that title the entire 100 years we've been established. But what our claim to fame is being phenomenal boat mechanics, right? So one thing that we have figured out, and we put our clients and patrons and policyholders back in the driver's seat, is, hey, to streamline this claim and make it better for not only you but us, we'll allow you to use your mechanic, right? So long as it's a certified and it's not a backyard mechanic or anything, get us an estimate, because we understand that they probably know your boat better than what we did. So for you said this is a mechanic. You used your guy. What was his company name?
Dowling Marine Tech.
Okay.
He's worked on my boat since I bought it 7-8 years ago.
Okay.
He's been the only person that put hands on it. So it's the only person I would call. And State Farm was absolutely okay with me working with him after he sent the estimate and everything.
Well, hey, shouts out to Dowling Marine Tech. We appreciate you taking care of our clients. For you, sir, we appreciate your loyalty and being a State Farm client. But again, that really just goes back and alludes to what I was explaining. He knew your boat much better than what we did. He was able to streamline that claim. And then going back to the claim, you may have mentioned or may not have mentioned it. How did our adjuster do? Did they do a good job at setting a good expectation of things to come after they got a hold of you within those 24 hours?
Yeah, once they got a hold of me, they told me the documents they needed. They told me what they needed. I was easily able to upload it to the online or app, the State Farm app. And once I uploaded it, and they had time to view it, which was, again, within 24 to 48 hours, I got a phone call, say, hey, we received your documents. It's under review. It'll be such and such time, and we'll contact you again. And once the review process got over, the claims adjuster contacted me and said, hey, this is what we figured out. You'll be, here's what you're going to get for your boat. And once they settled, I think I had a check within 2 or 3 days of what she said, when she said it was being sent.
Man, listen, if that is not the picture perfect framed out commercial, I don't know what is. Like I said, as a company that's been around as long as we have, we try our best not to just be that company that's going to be there to collect your premiums, but we want to be there to meet our end of the deal and make our promise to our clients in protecting and taking care of what's most important to you guys. So, hey, and I appreciate it. I know this is like last minute for you. This is sort of last minute for me too. I literally got a call. Hey, Billy's out of town. Can you step in for us? So super last minute for me. And now I'm here like a deer stuck in headlights. So I'm gonna kind of give the time back to the rest of these guys. And I really appreciate you.
You will.
Yeah. That's it. Hey, man, again, thank you so much. Hey, I will be getting in contact with you.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, that was pretty good. This was a client that you've had for 4 to 5 years, or I would assume.
Yeah.
And he's been just paying his regular insurance. Now, that was assuming that was a fairly new boat. That looked like it was going to be a fairly big claim.
Yeah. So without saying numbers, just for privacy purposes, I will just say this: State Farm will not recoup that money for years to come. But again, that's just part of being in business, right? We collect a premium and we provide a promise. So.
Now imagine you being the boat owner in there and not having that insurance to cover that. Now, of course, you wouldn't recoup that money forever either. Yeah, so it's a good thing he had State Farm.
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely.
If he didn't have insurance, he would not be making a phone call right now.
No.
I don't think I would be talking to my mama right now. Like I'd be gone.
Yeah, I don't know. That would bury me right there. Yeah.
So we only got about a minute left, but I did have a second thing I wanted to bring up. You walked through the studio earlier. We're talking. Hey man, how's it going? You walked by me, and I was like, damn, the back of your shirt.
Oh man, yes.
What do you got going on?
I brought some State Farm swag for you guys, man. So I'll show it here.
Nice.
This is the new we call it the Big Red shirt. So actually, I took care of our sponsor Brian. I got Bree. I got everybody here taken care of today. So everybody, we got our new design set up and ready to go for you guys.
Can we give away one of those on for the price tonight?
Actually, you know what? I think I might have an extra couple. Let me just double check here.
So I know Brian brought some good stuff. So if we can mix it up, we could do an awesome giveaway.
All right.
Look at that.
You know what? This is what we're going to do. I actually brought a couple extra. Not only do we have that, but we got another new one hot off the press, too. We got our, what we call our Inshore Slam. So we go. We got our Inshore Slam shirt for the viewers right there. This really highlights our three main lines, Auto, Home, and Life. So there you go. And we actually got some State Farm. We got some summer gear here, too. So, hey, how about we give away some shirts, with a shirt and a cup? How about we do that?
Deal. Now, does Jake pay for that stuff?
Oh, man, all of it. All of it.
What's the chances that we get Jake out on a fishing trip?
Oh, man, it depends on how big those pockets are. He's all over the place now, man, taking care of people. Now, I know you see the commercials when people say, like a good neighbor, he's got to be there.
I've got a picture of him holding a snook.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did he go fishing with you?
No, he didn't.
I was gonna say.
No, it's a Photoshop picture.
I know you got those big pockets, Mario. Good.
All right. Well, we appreciate you being here. We very much appreciate you sponsoring our segment here. And hopefully we'll be able to get to talk to you, maybe fish with you someday.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. But I'm again, I leave the fishing to the experts. I just kind of play like I know what I'm doing. But man, that's all you guys. So I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. We're gonna go to a commercial break. I believe it's for Extreme Decalz.
I've heard of those guys.
Yeah, they might be here.
Hey Gary, what you doing?
Oh, just going through the book, looking at some dash panels.
As nice as that sounds, what if we went and did something a little more custom? Do you know anybody that might be able to make a switch panel like this?
Let's go talk to Brian.
I think Brian would be a good idea for that.
Oh, let's go.
It'd be sweet.
Oh, Brian.
Hey, man.
What's up, brother?
I got a cardboard cutout. Can you make it into something for me?
Absolutely. Let's do it. All right.
What?
This is our dash panel complete. Just wanted to throw a huge shout out to Brian up there at Extreme Decalz. Nailed it. This is exactly what I had envisioned when I drew literally a cardboard cutout for this to become a true dash piece and showpiece at the same time. Thank you very much, Brian. I'm super stoked to see this thing on the water.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back. We are at the Nature Coast Financial Advisors Tackle Table Talk with another one of our sponsors, Extreme Decalz, Brian Saunders, and Larry. Come on from out from under there. He doesn't want to be on the camera, does he?
Just hanging out.
Come on,
Hey,
Brian.
just stay there.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Anytime, brother.
So you guys have seen the videos. You guys have heard the stories, how we just walk into Brian's office and we're like, hey, Brian, we've got something really cool, but it's just kind of inside of our head, and he just reads our mind and he gets it done. Thankfully, someone in our area started doing what we all truly, truly love and now that I've learned need in our lives, and this is called Hydro Deck.
That it is.
So it's a type, what would be like the field of, flooring, marine flooring?
Yeah, it's a marine flooring, 6 millimeters, quarter inch thick.
So it's soft on the feet.
It is.
Right?
Comfortable on your feet.
It's comfortable on the feet, lots of designs, and everything is customizable, right?
Absolutely.
We did our boat not too long ago, the T-Craft, and I didn't know what to even start with. I had no idea. Like, it was a big project. It was something that I was super, super excited about. My clients love this stuff. Everyone complained about the hot floors. And over this past weekend, I realized what my favorite part was, because Captain Jacob brought us up, is after the tournament, we go to a car wash, and all the gunnels that weren't done in the Hydro Deck, are filthy. There's mud, there's dirt, there's, not fish blood, but other type of blood there. And he's like, man, this boat is disgusting. And we start hitting everything, scrubbing it. Well, the deck did not look dirty. It looked clean. But then he hit it with the spray washer, and all this dirt comes off. And he's like, man, it didn't even look dirty. You know, like, I can't believe there was that much dirt. That's my favorite part, especially as a guide, because I hate cleaning my boat.
It's easy to clean. Be easy with your pressure washer. You definitely don't want to put a lot of power to it. You know, it's in the end, it's still a sticker on your boat.
What's the process? All right, so I know what it is. I work, got my boat done, but let everyone out there know, like, how easy is it? What needs to be done? Do you have to ship something out? Dimensions? If somebody wanted to get Hydro Deck done on their boat and they walk into your shop, what's the process?
You start off, give us a call. We'll set up schedule you in to get measured. We'll measure you in-house. We'll then we'll have the material in stock most of the time. If we don't, we're looking about a week to get it. We come up with your design. We then finish your design through the CNC machine. We cut the material, and then we install it all in-house.
So you don't have to send anything off like with other known brands out there. That was actually the reason why I didn't have this a few years ago, is because when I learned it's a long process, and to me it's kind of aggravating. But then when I did it with you, you had this fancy like machine that within 5 minutes you had my whole boat perfectly mapped out.
It was maybe 10.
Maybe 10
but it was we have a ProDem ProLiner that we are able to, they call scan the boat with. Gives us all the dimensions we need, then we can put it in the computer, we can come up with your design and cut it out.
The ProDem thing was awesome, and it's got like this retractable pen, right, Larry? Doesn't it retract very fast?
It's pretty quick.
So now these are pre-designs you have done, because I remember when I went there, you're like, we could do this.
Sure.
Does somebody have to do this?
Absolutely not.
So if somebody said, I want this Abyss battery logo, you can do that?
Absolutely.
Because I know that because we got that done.
We did.
If somebody said, I want that Fish Talk Live logo done.
It can happen.
Because we had it. If we wanted an Extreme Decalz logo done on our boat.
All day long.
All day long. This was a cool one. I remember this. You did like an entire... Oop.
Nope,
Sorry, Bray. I just have to show this off. You did like an entire airboat done in this spider theme.
It seems to be the thing for airboats. A lot of people like those spiders.
Not me. Hate them. Despise them. I will never, ever have a spider or a snake on my boat.
Noted.
But, oh boy. I have other things on it. But what I would have on my boat is a shark, which I think this is super cool. Got peel. I mean, dude, you could do anything. Coasters. There's all kinds of cool. We did trophy, or what did we do? Oh, for the Ho 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 Fishing for Dough, you sponsored it and you did all the numbers.
The number.
That you could stick right onto the...
Sure.
It was super cool. Oh, so we got some photos of some recent work that you guys have done. Wow. Are you kidding me?
That's all laser. That's not CNC'd like some of this stuff is.
Look at that.
That's a good looking one.
I recognize that redfish tail. Barely legal. Does he say, I like my airboats like I like my women?
Not out loud. That was a nice one.
Dude, it's just so nice on the feet. I remember when we first got it, Brody just laid down on it, and he said, Dad, we don't need the beanbag anymore.
There you go.
I mean, it's nice, it's durable, super customizable, and so pricing is pretty much flat out, right? It's like a square foot pricing.
Yeah, $31 a square foot.
$31 a square foot. Does that include designs?
Yes, as long as we're not going ridiculous with customizations. If we're building a whole topo map for you, we'll talk. But
did you bring up the map because I asked for a map on one of our new boats coming out? All right.
I like talking.
I thought that was like a subtle hint there.
No.
So you brought some stuff you wanted to give away for tonight as well, right?
Yeah.
What do we got?
Actually, we have a That's one of our biggest things that people ask for is the rulers for your boats, and then a helm pad as well.
Oh, that's sweet. That is awesome. So if somebody were to win this and they said, hey, I'd like to add, my wife is the best because she lets me go fishing.
Absolutely, we can do that.
All right. I wasn't saying for free. I was just saying because I know what you do there. You could literally do anything.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, between the size of the bit of the CNC machine and the laser, we can do
Hats,
some cool
shirts,
things.
wraps.
Oh yes.
Window films. I mean,
A little bit
Larry's
of everything.
Specials. I'm not going to say the name of it. But, no, I mean, man, we love working with you. You support our community. I think that's actually how I found you, is because I started seeing your name everywhere in the community and sponsoring this and that, and you do big stuff for those that can use some help. And any nonprofit event that we've ever been a part of, you are the first one. I don't even have to call or text you. You say, I want to be a part of it. I want to be a part of it.
Every time.
We are huge fans of Extreme Decalz, huge fans of the product you all put out, the Hydro Deck and everything else you do. Larry's okay. He's not bad. But no, we thoroughly appreciate everything you do for Fish Talk Live and our community alone. So thank you very much.
We're proud
Guys,
to do it.
check them out. What's the best way to get a hold of y'all?
You can call us at 352-400-0364, or you can hit us on Facebook, email, Brian@extremedecalz.com. Any way you can.
And also, I like that you drink Miller Lite.
I do.
So I'm a Miller Lite or
times.
Coors Light kind of guy. Cheers. Salute. Guys, check them out. Extremedecalz.com, right?
Yes,
and that's
sir.
Extreme.
Nope. EX Stream.
Extreme.
Slacker.
Man, did that change?
That happened on air.
When?
No, it's never happened.
Oh. All right. Oh, no. Z. That's
Z,
what it is.
with
There's
a
no
Z.
S in the end of
Yes,
decals.
correct.
I know.
It's okay.
Extreme Decalz. We love you guys. All right, guys. So we're going to be giving away some cool stuff. So here's the question of this evening. And somebody said this earlier. The first 6 people to answer it is going to get added on to the Hydro Deck at Extreme Decalz Reel of Fortune. We're going to be giving away these boat pads, this ruler, the Ayinde Matthews State Farm casting couch shirt. Sweet. What else we got here? Oh, we got an Extreme Decalz shirt, because you also do the shirt stuff there, which I'm going to put in a scallop order. I'm excited for.
Some Hydro Deck shirts.
Oh, nice. You guys are getting a lot of cool stuff. So all I have to do is answer one easy question. One very easy question. Actually, 2 questions. Let's make it 2 questions. Make it a little harder. But no, the last one's easy. All right. Number 1 is, what's the last letter in Extreme Decalz name? Number 2 is, what year was State Farm founded?
There you go.
So you have to answer those 2 questions. First 6 people to get those correctly. It's going to get added to the Hydro Deck Reel of Fortune over there. And you're going to win some cool stuff. So we're going to go to a commercial break. You guys answer those. We'll be right back. You have to answer it. You have to answer it in the same message. It's got to be in the same comment. So Bree just yelled at me. If you're watching this right now, you have to answer it in the same comment starting right now. The last letter in Extreme Decalz and what year was State Farm founded.
You're going to get beat, man.
Oh, yeah, hard. And I'm excited.
Vagabond dreaming takes me through the night. Sipping whiskey by the river, living out of sight. 100 miles an hour in the fast lane. 100 miles an hour toward the light. Sun does come. 100 miles an hour in the fast lane.
to squeeze in. I was getting ready to say to them.
In here.
There it is. All right, guys, we are back at the Extreme Decalz, the Hydro Deck at Extreme Decalz Wheel of Fortune. The first 6 people, it was Z, was the last letter in Extreme Decalz, and 1922 was the year that State Farm was founded. And I just learned a new fact today that's the longest running insurance company.
Yes, absolutely.
100+ years.
That's crazy.
That's it.
So did they invent insurance?
Technically, yeah. I mean, yeah, technically.
I mean, you got to be ballsy to say, hey, if you pay me a little bit of money and something happens, I'm going to give you a lot of money. All right. All right, Brady, we got the 6 people?
We're going to spin twice.
Oh, we're going to spin twice.
The first
right.
spin is for
Uh-oh.
this row of people.
Uh-huh.
The second spin is for Sean.
It's for Sean? You're good. All right. Okay, I got you. All right, so Bree wants to be extra generous. So she wants 2 people to win tonight. The first person that's going to win is going to win the State Farm giveaway. The second person to win is going to win the Extreme Decalz Hydro Deck giveaway. And I love it. I love it. All right, so the first 12 people to answer this question.
Wow.
All right, cool. Got a lot of names here. All right, so
How about this? I'll double mine. I'll double my give, so we can do 3 people.
That's triple.
It's triple?
Well, now that one's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie. And Bree just gave you the look she gives me. So that's going to be hard to go back and figure out the names.
Okay.
But if you want to give away something on next week's show.
Sounds good to me.
All right, deal. Sold. All right, cool. So, Ayinde, you spin first. Now, everyone, for whatever reason, does not spin this thing hard. All right? Larry built it. So
you're basically going to fall apart when I spin it home.
So give it a good spin. So each name is associated with a character on this thing. So yeah, spin our way. I'm excited.
All right, lucky winner.
All right, what's your guess?
What's it going
Shrimp.
Grouper.
Oh, it's
Snook. Snook is Tyler J.
Jacobs.
Tyler Jacobs. Yeah. Congratulations, Tyler Jacobs. You just won the State Farm giveaway from Ayinde Matthews. Free, not free insurance? Free insurance payout? All right, so now, Brian, step on up. This is for the Hydro Deck at Extreme Decalz giveaway here. Give it a good spin.
A good one.
Use those firefighter muscles.
We don't want that.
That was pretty good. Oh, redfish.
Redfish.
Redfish. Bree?
Well, I'm going to have to see it, so.
Dan Bridges, maybe?
Yes.
Dan Bridges. Congratulations.
Might be something after Bridges.
Oh.
Sure. But he knows who he is.
Dan, all right, Sean confirmed Dan Bridges. Guys, congratulations, Dan and Tyler. You won those 2 awesome packages.
Oh.
Brian, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you coming on, Ayinde. Dude, thank you very much. Larry, even though you've refused me. I got him. Got him. Say hi.
He got you anyway.
Thanks, Larry. Mario, as always, man. Appreciate it. Guys, thank you so much.
Not last week or the week before's winner know that I put his package in the mail.
Okay, so the winner from the 2 shows ago, or I'm sorry, 1 show ago, your package went in the mail today, right? Yes, so we apologize for the delay on the shipping. We're not used to shipping. We hardly get UPS or FedEx out here in Ozello, but it went out in the mail. Tyler and Dan, what's that?
Said Billy Madison.
Billy Madison?
What was his name?
Oh, Billy Madison. Is that real? No, it's not real. Is that a movie or something? Guys, thank you for watching Fish Talk Live. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to all of you for watching this. And thank you to all of you for sharing this. Brianna, Aubrey, Sean, and Billy for taking vacation, I guess. Thank you.
Not here, but we're going to go ahead.
We're going to hold this down, man. All right, guys. We will see you next week.
Billy, thumbs up.
I think that's a great video after. Damn. You all right? Oh, I'm good.
shit. I told you to be careful.
Is that GoPro on?
Yeah. That's bad right there. Oh, shit. That was better than catching a fish.